the fact, just make the fact that the present is the whole movement of time and thought. To see the truth of that, to have, let's not use the word see, have an insight, perception into that. That the now is all time and thought.
Does that perception emanate from the brain?
Either it emanates, comes from perceiving with the eyes and so on, or that perception is an insight which has nothing to do with time and thought.
But it arises within the brain.
Yes. Or outside the brain, you're asking.
Yeah, it's very important.
I know, that's what I want to be clear. Is it within the sphere of the brain, or it is that insight which comes when there is the freedom from its conditioning, which is the operation of the mind, which is supreme intelligence. You follow?
I don't follow.
Uh-huh. Let's be clear. The brain, whatever part it is conditioned by time and thought, time-thought. As long as that conditioning remains, insight is not possible. You may have occasional insight into something, but pure insight, which means comprehension of the totality of things. Yeah, I will use the word totality, not wholeness, because that word is now being used so much. It is the perception of completeness, right? That insight is not time thought. Therefore, that insight is part of that brain which is at a different is in a different dimension.
Without sight, there cannot be insight.
That's all I'm saying.
So seeing, perceiving, I'm using
yeah, you perceive.
Perceiving, listening, which is contained in perceiving, seems to be the essential essence of insight.
Would you repeat that again slowly?
Let us take the word insight. It is seeing into.
Seeing into.
Seeing into. Seeing into seeing?
No. Seeing into. Just wait, let's look at that word. Seeing, comprehending the totality of something. The vastness of something. Right? Insight is possible only when there is cessation of thought and time. Thought and time are limited. Therefore, such limitation cannot have insight.
To understand what you're saying, I have to have an open ear and eyes that see. out of that sound, out of that form, out of that whole
the meaning of the words
wholeness
and
of
so
it.
on, so on. Yes.
Arises a seeing which goes beyond. I'm trying to get at something.
What are you trying to get? I don't.
I'm
yes,
trying to get at. You talk of insight. Now, insight cannot arise without attention.
No. Don't introduce the word attention.
I'm your sight, seeing.
No, if we can stick to same thing, that is, insight cannot exist as long as time, thought play a part.
You see, it's like
And
which comes first?
Huh?
Which comes first?
What do you mean? Which?
I mean, in consciousness, in my approach to this, I can't start with insight.
No.
I can only start with observation.
You can only start by realizing the truth. Time, psychological time, and thought are always limited. That's a fact.
That is a fact.
No, wait, start from that. And therefore, whatever it does will always be limited, and therefore contradictory, therefore divisive, and endless conflict. That's all I'm saying. You can see the fact of that.
No, you can see the fact of that
That-
outside of yourself.
Wait. You can see it politically.
You can see it outside
No,
of yourself.
wait. You can see it politically, religiously, all throughout the world. This is a fact. That time and thought, in their activity, have brought about havoc in the world. That's a fact.
Yes.
Now, so if the question is, can that limitation ever end? Or is man conditioned forever to live within the time's thought area?
You see, the difficulty of understanding this is what is the relationship of the brain cells and the action of the senses, because I'm not using the word thought at the moment, on a statement like this, that do you see the fact that time, thought
Or limited?
are limited? But what does it exactly mean? How does one see that?
It's
like telling me that you are an illusion.
what?
It is exactly like telling me that Pupul is an illusion.
No, I didn't say that.
But I'm saying it.
No, you're
It's
not an illusion.
No, sir. It's exactly that.
No.
Because the moment you say that after all, Pupul is a psychological
Right?
bundle of the past.
Psychological movement of time and thought, which is the psyche.
Which is the psyche. And you say
That psyche
is limited.
is limited. Whatever it does is limited.
Then I would ask, what's wrong with its being limited?
Nothing is wrong. If you want to live in perpetual conflict, there's nothing wrong.
And move further. To end it, it's not only to feel that it is limited, but there must be an ending to
I
it.
say there is.
What is the nature of this ending?
What do you mean, ending?
Just seeing
Let's take the word ending. I must be clear what you and we are both saying, understanding the meaning of the same word, to end something, to end attachment, to end not to smoke, not to do this or that, to put an end to it. The ending.
So that the